Oh, okay. Okay.
So the next 2 Fridays, I'll still be here. But hello, everybody.
Oh, hey, we're back. We're on.
Hey, how's it going? I kind
I'm
of
so
figured
confused.
I'd let the boys just keep talking and I'll just go live. So you wait for people to fall in. It's a great conversation. So if you haven't already figured out what we're doing by looking at the thumbnail, let me remind you again. It's the return of Donna Troy, the DC special, 4-issue miniseries that came out in 2005. Feels like she just died last week.
Yeah.
But did she die? Nope.
No, she did not.
die.
If you read it, you would
The
know.
only people that actually stay dead are Uncle
Ben.
Ben and sometimes Batman's parents.
Sometimes it's, but you see, you can't say always dead then, because sometimes they come back.
Let me have my joke. Zach. Okay. Uncle Ben is always dead.
He is always dead. There is never in the Spider-Verse. There's never an Uncle Ben that is alive in the Spider-Verse.
Actually, there was one that Uncle Ben was Spider-Man, and his Peter Parker was his sidekick.
Really?
Spidey. Yeah. It was fun. It was a fun little fluffy thing. But anyway,
I can't even say that Alfred's going to stay dead for a while because they've already brought him back in an alternate universe in Zdarsky's book. So
they brought him back temporarily in that Mark Waid story too, the Batman versus Robin. Well, they didn't really. It was like a ghost.
It wasn't really him. But I'm talking about an alternate. This is when Bruce went to the multiverse, lost a hand, and now is somehow coming back with a robotic hand. Now, I guess we'll have to wait to see what happens on that. But who cares about that? We're talking about that. We're talking about back when the Titans were awesome. Back when Donna Troy was actually relevant. So was Cassie.
Yep.
When DC actually cared about the heroes and actually cared enough to realize they effed up and they brought back a character everybody loved.
This is, I know, right? This is my favorite era of the Teen Titans. This whole like right before or right around Infinite Crisis time. It is my favorite time. This is where I started reading the characters and the stories, so it's I've got nostalgia for it. It's a good time.
Not only this, you get Phil Jimenez writing it, José Garcia-López doing the art, and George Perez doing the inking.
Yeah.
What a time to be a Titans fan and just read through this. And Cyborg actually has this good look.
This is the good Cyborg. This is the good Beast Boy. This is the good Starfire. All the good costumes, yeah.
So, further ado, let's just stop talking about it. Let's actually just show you the book.
Why not?
Starting off with that cover. And that is Garcia-Lopez and Perez doing the cover on this, I believe.
Mm-hmm. I used to not like this costume, actually. I used to just like the red costume she had with the stars on it.
She's a star girl.
But this costume has grown on me since then.
You know what the other great thing about this? It's $2.99.
Remember, this is back when DC put on all their books drawing the line at $2.99. I remember that.
The other thing I noticed, I never noticed this. Maybe it was this special because the fact she was on a different planet or whatever. Is the fact that her hair has stars in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's not normal.
No, it's not.
But they it makes sense with what they do with her in the story. They turn her into like a goddess. So right. It fits. It tracks.
So we find out it's been apparently 3 billion years ago, the immortal guardians of the universe carved the cosmos into 3,600 blah, 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 blah. We don't care anymore. That's his point. I'm like, where are we going to get to what's going on? They keep it short that these false, I don't know, they're not new gods. They're not really.
They're new. They're titans of myth, is what they're referred to as. And not these guys though. These are
this is our army. They're fighting over this planet because they want something that's beneath it. And you get this all-out war. The very couple pages are here, and a lot of detail, and it's all done by a good artist. I imagine this is all done by Rossmo. Although I gotta say, it is a little bit cluttered though.
There's a lot going on. There's
Yeah.
definitely a lot going on.
To be fair, we have to also remember that we're looking at it digitally.
True.
When you're holding a comic in your hands, it's a little bit different.
Well, this would normally be split down the middle. This is a 2-page.
Yes, I'm aware.
And that's one thing I hate about when you get 2 pages. Some art's not meant to be in 2 pages with a crease down the middle. That's one I've looked at. So I like it when it's more for digital and stuff like this, because there's no crease, there's not line. It's just complete set. It's like a poster. But anyway.
Yeah, tomato.
Yeah,
this is where we get the introduction to these new gods. These these kind of a new twist on the Olympian gods.
Yep.
We find they look cool.
They do have a really cool look. There's a Hyperion. You can kind of there's obviously a Poseidon-esque character. There's a Zeus-like character. They don't call them that because these are new gods, but yeah, they're very cool, very fantasy-ish looking, which I liked.
So I gotta ask: are these supposed to be the Titans, the ones that the gods were going against? The Titans?
Yeah, these are the Titans, think Greek god Titans.
Yeah. Okay. So another thing is you find out already here too is also quickly that she's been having dreams. Mm-hmm. Obviously, at this point we learn that Donna Troy has been brainwashed. Yeah, she's a moon goddess called Troia. Mm-hmm. And her subconscious keeps bringing back her life as a mortal amongst the mortals. At the time, she was also in love with Roy. But dear God, we have the show. Can we just get Terry off of there? I don't want to see Terry.
It's a very important footnote in her story. I do like this theme because it does kind of call back to when we read through the death of Donna Troy. She was having dreams about her being this warrior goddess last week when we went through graduation day. So I do like this is almost like a callback to when she was having dreams the first time.
I like how this confirms that the colorist decided to give everybody bad spray tans. Because at first I thought they were trying to make her look more alien-esque, like a Starfire with orange skin.
Right.
Well, no, they just use a lot of bronzer.
They wanted Starfire. They wanted to make sure Starfire didn't feel alone, so they made everybody else look like her, except for Beast Boy and Cyborg.
All right, and Changeling in a Alpha Flight costume.
I hate that costume for Beast Boy, the red and white. I don't care for it.
Yeah. No. Yeah, basically, it's one of those things where you find out your lover has actually been lying to you. He's been tricking you.
Yeah, and then
don't you hate when that happens?
She's got this inner monologue going about how her Troia persona loves her new husband, and Donna Troy, her other persona, doesn't. Yeah. And then we find out later on he's been up to some sneaky stuff, some not good stuff.
And the way they draw Koyas, I kind of think it's like Jude Law. Look later. Let's see her style.
Maybe. I almost see like a young Sylvester Stallone. Maybe, but. So yeah, and then we just, they're talking about, there's this world that they're trying to conquer. They're actually the ones that sent the Tamaranians to invade and try to invade this world. I think it was called Minosis. And so this is them trying to decide what to do because the Tamaranians failed.
You gotta love how out of all of them, obviously all the husband and wives, they look like each other and stuff. But the only one that calls her spouse brother husband is the main son one right there.
Yeah, some big Lannister vibes there. This is before Game of Thrones. That's a little out there. But yeah, no, we get that. They kind of, and then this, they show how, I guess this is how she was raised by these new Titans. The memories they gave
they're
her.
basically they're reinforcing the implanted false memories.
Yep. Bunch of no good lying gods.
I do like the fact though how they're able to basically capture how she used to look back in the day, even in Titans. The same art style, house style.
Yeah.
And this, I guess, I don't know if it's his name supposed to be, but he looks like Apollo.
He kind of, I think it's a Hyperion, I think.
Hyperion?
I think so.
This guy, he looks like he'd be a serial killer.
A little bit.
The way he acts, he's psychotic.
Yeah. No.
Mhm.
Homelander and him would get along.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think Homelander they'd probably hate each other.
Maybe.
They both have egos.
No, egos.
They have
plant.
eagles?
Yeah, Eagly's there too.
Eagly. Oh, God.
Then we get to here where we advertise for the new toys coming out.
Oh, yeah. This whole miniseries could be it could be Secret Wars. It could be a promo for a bunch of action
I'm
figures.
looking at the tank they're using, whatever, or ship, where it's got the treads on it, tank treads. It's like, this could be G.I. Joe.
It could be. Oh, absolutely.
But I'm also getting hints of John Carter of Mars.
Yep. With Sparta.
Or Warlord of Mars, yeah.
Which is like Donna's like adopted sister, and this or Troia's adopted sister, I guess.
And she goes down there and she's like, "Oh, I'll do this," and then she instantly just gets her ass kicked.
Yeah, the natives of the planet are not very kind to her, and they all gang up on her, and they pretty much beat her to death.
Yeah, so despite being manipulated on stuff, Donna still wants to go down there and help her.
Right.
Which they don't want to because you're a goddess. You're not supposed to.
It's beneath you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So then it goes back and it kind of explains like, okay, this is how she was raised. You see her and Sparta like doing the combat training together, and just kind of more reinforcing like how she was brought up by these new Titans. So that's
When I was a boy.
when I was a girlish boy or a boyish girl, whatever.
When I was a girl with no underwear.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
But that's pretty much, if you wanted to sum up issue 1 of this miniseries, it's like, what has Donna been up to?
It's
Well, War
the
crimes.
You know what the most creepy thing is? The guy who's next to her is supposed to be her current husband.
Yeah, Croas.
What a pedo.
Yeah.
I thought Terry was bad.
But
Yeah,
you have to remember,
he pretty much grooms her.
They're
to being his
gods.
wife. Yeah.
they are like the Greek gods, which is why you have brother, husband, and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, right. This is cool. You see her like suiting up into the battle armor and everything, and of course Croas is like, "No, don't go." So yeah, and then she.
Look at that sword. Sword.
It's,
Yeah,
I'm telling
that
you,
sword
it's
is
very,
really silly.
it's very Jack Kirby in some ways, like with the tanks and the weapons and stuff. A lot of it does. Some of it reminds me of Jack Kirby.
It looks like the batons that basically that cops would carry. So that this one probably has a stun feature.
Yeah.
This can take down an elephant. Henry Irons is jealous.
So she kind of goes in here. She finds Sparta, her adopted sister, and she's died. She's dead, Jim.
She's dead, Jim.
Yep. And so she cries, and then she gets like this berserker rage. Oh, actually, no, not yet.
No,
this guy shows up.
Her brother.
Her like adopted brother. I think he's like a Titan seed, I think they called him, or like, because I think if I remember right, I haven't read any of the original stories with him, but I think he's met the Titans before.
They explain in the book later on because Victor recognizes them right away.
So
and Victor's like, "Where's my money?"
Yes, he is definitely interesting to go ahead and see him with Donna again. Donna is still too orange. I feel I must say it every time. She looks like she's Starfire. It's weird.
She's been around that sun god all the time. That's why.
It could just be the sunlight.
She's the god of the moon. Goddess of the moon.
Yeah, well, the moon reflects the sun. So,
but yeah, but look, yeah.
It's rarely orange. It happens.
But look, even he's that way though. It's look at this. The whole sky is like oranges.
that's true. It kind of almost has like that crisis red sky energy to it. But yeah, this is where she starts to get really teed off. She's fighting. Is this Athens or Athens?
Athens.
Yeah. So
Athens? No, Athens. Clean your ears.
It's the Y with the E in your dialogue.
My parents, instead of naming me Athens with the E, they're illiterate, so they put a Y there instead.
Yeah, right. It's like it sounds the same.
And then
so if you were getting tired of all that and you wanted the rest of the characters, this is where we start to head that way. Athens, whatever, sends this little bubble across all of space to San Francisco, or I think this is New York, where the outsiders are.
With the character named Shift, which I've never heard of. He's
like a piece of Metamorpho that fell off or like got divided from Metamorpho.
I was wondering because he has kind of the same kind of looks, but I'm like, he's like a ugly looking one.
Yeah, that's because he's just like he's a piece of Metamorpho, not the whole. He went off by himself, which I didn't know Metamorpho could do. He can make copies of himself, I guess.
That's gross.
But this is he sees this thing and he goes on full alert because this actually happens right after Indigo, the robot who killed Donna Troy, or the one who tried to save her. She actually dies right before this special happens.
Yeah,
so that's why he's on high alert.
Shift was Indigo's boyfriend.
Yes, that is correct.
All right, on the issue 2.
Goddess Gone Wild.
Well, that sounds like a
Kid Flash is naked, except for that purple on his butt.
He does. He does kind of look shirtless, at least.
All right. So we get to see him basically trying to destroy it because he thinks it's a Brainiac device.
Mm-hmm. Turns into a whole steamroller.
Yep. Which is kind of cool. Only for the only orange person that should be in here and saying, "What are you doing?"
That's right.
Actually, not
back when Nightwing and Starfire were a couple, as they should be, and Starfire was wearing a bikini, as also she should. Be.
Yeah. There was no Barb around here. She was crippled.
Barb was gone. Oh yeah, she was in the wheelchair. Yeah. So Nightwing realizes something's up, and he's like, "Don't attack the bubble."
Yeah, she was handy-capable somewhere else.
Yeah.
The other thing that really surprised me here is this story is that I did not notice. I'm not a really big Titans fan, but that Roy and Donna were a couple. I know there was inkling in the Teen Titans stuff on this channel, but I was like, oh.
I don't think they ever became like a serious couple. It was more like a casual thing, I think, with them. But there was obviously they were both founding Titans, so they were like, I think they had a more. I think they work better as platonic friends, but I think they were kind of flirting around with the idea.
And do you know the great thing about this? Leanne is right there.
Leanne's right there. Yep,
with her dad,
and also Jade, which at first glance seems like a weird character to include, but then you remember that she and Donna do actually both. They at different times they dated Kyle Rayner. So there's a little bit of they bring that up or they allude to that several times.
Kyle's has become Tony Stark now. He's just dating everyone. So I feel like it.
So yeah, and then it's funny how Leanne remembers that or knows about what the time spheres are, and like some of the other characters don't have any idea. But then Starfire brings it up.
They killed her off because she knew too much.
Yeah.
We're not doing that Marvel crap. And then we get to see here is your last week you saw how hard it hit her when Donna was killed.
Yep.
Cassie trying to live up, Donna was kind of like a sister to her.
Mm-hmm.
And like, just everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is after, I think it's after Infinite Crisis, because she says that Connor is gone. And I know that Connor dies.
Superboy is gone. But we'll talk about Infinite Crisis at the end of this.
Yeah.
It's brought up towards the end of this series.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, so she's reminiscing. She's got the picture. Beast Boy comes to get her, and they join up with Raven and Cyborg. There's Bart, because he's Bart is Kid Flash at this point.
All the
Wally,
statues.
I
So
think
look at this.
Wally is gone. He's either gone or he's the Flash.
Now, I thought this was statues of fallen members.
Yeah.
So was that Raven behind there on the left, or is that supposed to be Lilith?
Might be Lilith. Where are you looking?
Where's Hawkman? On the left, there's Hawkman.
Oh yeah, I think that is. Well, Raven did die.
Okay, so they left the statue up.
They left this. I mean, I guess so. Yeah,
She's not dead
had-
anymore, but
Raven had
she died
died.
once.
I'm
And
not
then-
building another
and-
freaking statue.
Yeah, Jeff Johns brought her back towards the beginning of his run on Teen Titans.
And then there's
They
two
had-
other people. It might be Jericho in the back, and then
Jericho is one. I think Hawk and Dove have statues up in there.
The
there's
guy
a-
that they have to make the statues. Oh, Donna's dead. Okay, let me make her extra thick real fast.
give her that cake.
Jeez.
But yeah, and so they get to join the time sphere, and they're going off across the galaxy. Raven has a nice little liner in here. She has a nice little zinger. Like, if Roy is smiling, then anything can be possible.
right. And then you get to see here going around, and then now you correct me on this. This is Bart. This isn't Wally.
Yeah, this is Bart. Yeah,
Because I forgot that at this moment in time, Wally was the Flash.
right.
Because Barry was still dead, I believe.
I think he might have just been brought back too, because I think he was like trapped in the Speed Force for a while. So they might have just brought him back.
I thought Barry comes back in Final Crisis. Is that before or after Infinite Crisis?
Wait, what's that?
Infinite Crisis is about to happen after this story. So Final Crisis.
Final Crisis is later.
Yeah, that's when Barry's brought back.
Yeah, that's when Barry's brought back. Yeah.
So anyway, Bart is running around here. I love this. He's like, this place is 10 times bigger on the inside than out. It's like,
Little Doctor Who reference.
I don't think it was meant to be that way, but maybe just us have
They
experienced.
make several references. They make a couple of Star Wars references. too.
Doctor Who is 2005. Doctor
Also
Who
Moon.
originally came back to the public in media form, I guess, in 2006. Doctor Who, when he first came back on TV.
With
2005.
Eccleston.
Was it 2005? I thought it was 2006.
Yes. No, 6 was the first season with David Tennant.
That's where it got big, I guess.
So that's where it came back with Lieutenant. Yeah.
No. When it came back, Eccleston was the doctor.
We don't count that. He was horrible. That's why they got rid of
It
him.
wasn't horrible.
There were a few good episodes.
It's more than a few.
There was the gas mask episode, the "Are You My Mommy?"
Are you my mommy?
That one freaked me to mess out.
Though
Yeah.
he did have the Slovene.
Mhm.
More than the mannequin one.
But it's okay because David Tennant made up for that by having the absorb off.
Yes.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Let's keep up with the echo.
I don't know. It's weird.
He doesn't have it's because Zach doesn't have his headphones on. That's why.
oh doggone it! We went all this time. I thought I was going to be able to do without it. Okay, hang on.
No,
I think you're
your
special.
ears must be covered. The only one who can leave their ears uncovered is me. Look at them. They're glorious.
No one can pay attention to your face. All he sees is your giant figure-shaped fingers.
Gotta wear these big old bulking headphones. Okay. I like this group shot too. I like team shots and group shots. This is really cool. They land on this planet, Minosis.
Nurses.
And,
Oh, what a planet.
there's two green people. They're both wearing purple and white costumes. Real diverse of you, DC.
Yeah, but only one of them was cool.
Yeah, you're right.
Jade.
Beast Boy. No, I'm
Jade.
Jade. Jade's cool too.
Yeah. So they land on here. They don't know what's going on, but Roy's creepily smiling the whole entire time, freaking me out. And then Raven's
really
like,
happy. Yeah.
Raven's like, "Oh shit, we're not alone."
Look out for the rocks.
Little alien hobbits.
Alien hobbits. Yep. And then of course Nightwing jumps into his leadership role, and he's like, we gotta fall back. Don't hurt them too much.
Yeah.
Even though they're not holding back. I think they take down Starfire.
Yeah, they take that. Starfire gets blasted on the boundary where he says, Corey.
Right, yeah, they zap her right in the boot.
They tried to run away. He didn't want to fight. That's his first thing, is not the fight. Because nothing about all them, but then they get cornered, they're forced to fight.
Right.
And it looks like they got the battle going, but then something happens. Athens shows up.
Athens, not Athens.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Yep.
The man of Greece shows up, and he says, good to see you.
He's like, oh, buddy, oh, pal.
I recognize some among you, Cyborg. He singles them out right away. What the hell? We're on to you, DC. We know what you're doing.
Yeah. They all know each other. Then Beast Boy is like, correcting Bart. Not Athens. And then,
the Cassie's got Olympian blood in her.
Right, because Cassie, at this point, they discovered that her mom was mortal, but then she had she had a god for a dad. I think it was Zeus.
I just love this. You're one of the Titan seeds. Man, this Titan guy's going around spreading seeds everywhere.
Well, that's Greek mythology for you.
Yeah, it's called Zeus.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we find out Donna's restrained, and she's just like mad crazy.
Yeah, she's power hungry.
And she's also just like really mean, because Starfire's like, Zal, what happened to her? And Donna is just like, Zal spat on you ages. Like, she's just like acting like she doesn't remember who they are, and just like really being a bitch to them.
Well, yeah, it's a tunnel of indoctrination. The whole it's what happens when you are taught, and then and you for many months, or it takes a while, and it's easier to accept this is your new reality than to try to find out the truth. That's what I hate about people who lie to people and manipulate others, because you really, really mess up people.
We find out the gods are voyeurs, and they're just watching the whole thing.
Pretty much they are. They like to watch from the top. I mean, Latu was in the corner over there.
Watu watches the watchers.
Who watches the Watchmen?
Yep. And so Croesus or whatever his name is, he wants to go. He wants to get her and bring her back. And Hyperion's like, nah, we'll just wipe them all out.
Yeah, they're like, you idiot. He's like, you fool. We need her. Like,
oh no, yeah. Even Hyperion says they need Troia. Yeah.
But yeah, so we need is within the damn planet, and we need Troia, because only she can do this. Apparently there's some secret device down there. They need her to power up. So they do their best. They explain figure out what they're going to do. And the biggest thing is Athens says, like, oh, I hope that bring you here would shock her memories, or bring her back to her old self. But it didn't really work, And so they each take turns trying to show her, like, you claim to protect the innocents. Look at all the people you slaughter. Look at all the orphans. All their parents are dead because of you.
They actually do. This is one of several times. They just show it in like little glimpses, but they do show like Bart is like one of the most heavily affected by it. Like he sees like all the orphans and all like the dead bodies.
Yeah.
And Bart is normally like this really energetic, chaotic
impulse
guy. Impulse. He's all about having fun and just
zoom, running back and forth.
And he sees like all these bodies, and it kind of like traumatizes. You find out as we read through the story, it actually like makes a big impact on him. But,
her monologue says, like, the family you're born into, the family you choose, telling you the tough love style, even when you don't want to hear it. That's what true family is for.
Right.
So. But then she doesn't want to give in to it, and she calls for her fake husband to save me, help me, and he's basically
help me, daddy, brother.
Yeah. So this guy basically he realized he's like basically. We all know that by this point that they've been lying to her and stuff, right. and she's his second wife.
Mm-hmm. He had another. Was it Phoebe?
Yeah.
Not from Friends. Like
no.
Greek Phoebe.
Smelly cat. So smelly. He gives her power, and she breaks free, and then it's oh shit.
Yeah.
Suffer the wrath of Troia. On the issue 3.
Oh boy.
At the end of her rope.
You get it because he uses a lasso.
The lasso.
And the lasso is like a rope.
I gotta say though, we talk about this all the time. The cover should reflect what's going on in the story, and this didn't happen. False.
She did beat up Cassie a good bit.
Yeah,
but didn't tie a
she
rope
does
from
fight Cassie to
Yeah.
the point of beating her.
Yeah.
But she doesn't tie the lasso like this around her neck and choke her.
That's a technicality though.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
She beats her up. She gets the upper hand or the upper foot.
Here's an example. Let's say you have a book that is features the Kingpin and Daredevil, and it shows them finally fighting on the cover, and on the inside they just sit down and have dinner.
And it shows the Kingpin having dinner and Daredevil stealing his pudding.
Exactly.
And then he's angry. That's not what happens in the book. But like,
I wasn't going into my Christopher Walken impression. Wasn't going into that. Was I?
no,
A little bit.
That's a little bit.
The Crawley.
Crawley. I cannot forget Crawley, who would continuously speak about things he didn't quite understand in an exciting fashion. This book, anyway.
Another widespread 2-page, page spread.
I really like the middle section of this, where you see like Donna as she's
beating up the black guy.
No, like watch as she's leaving.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
No,
not only is he singled out, he's the first one to fall down by attack from Donna.
Donna had her feet on his neck, and you're like, kill it.
Then she like flips around and grabs him by the. It shows like her in motion and how like it transitions between the different panels. I like the layout of it.
Technique you like.
Yeah,
like they've done this in season.
Like we talked about Black Widow. We talked about
Black Widow.
Yeah. I'll wait. Keep going.
Okay.
The only thing I don't like about this is the fact that there's just too much Troia on the screen and not enough Starfighter on there.
Well, turn the page. Oh,
look,
there's still not enough Starfire.
Still not enough, but this is called the Return of Donna, not the Return of Starfire, to be fair.
Return from where? Where'd you go?
That's it. Yeah, the turn of the mighty wreck, Starfire.
Mm-hmm. Starfire versus Troia. It's like the sun versus the moon. I like that. That was cool.
It's girl on girl action, 24/7 here at DC Comics.
I like how
$2.99.
I like how the leaders of the group, they're back there with like the alien hobbits, just yelling out like what's going on. Like, you're supposed to be up front leading.
You better use that nod of yours, dude.
And I do have to point out
I don't like
how really the most powerful members of the team are all right here. It's the women right on top.
Well, Cyborg was one too, but she went after Cyborg first.
He's out of commission right now, buddy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because he was the first one.
And you cheered because he was getting beat up.
I did not cheer.
You wanted the white woman to beat up the black man. We understand, Zach.
Honestly, I gotta applaud DC, and I gotta applaud the Flash for the finale episode because the women are the strongest.
My point was that if this panel would be considered dangerous now because certain people. No, I'm not going to say their names on this channel, but they would be quite upset if a scene like that were to happen.
Maybe, yeah.
Women.
More Starfire. Look at that Starfire shot right in the middle with the. Man, they don't draw her like that no more.
Calm down.
I know. With all the hair? No.
Yep. Sure.
That is a lot of hair.
That is a lot of
hair. You know how
hair,
messy that hair would have to be?
Well, she's an alien. I'll give her
George Perez is involved in this, so that's why there's a lot of hair.
Yeah. We get to see them fight with the battle staves.
We get to see her crazy-eyed Donna Troy.
Yeah.
And we get to see the boys just kind of stand there.
Nightwing. Now, to his credit, Nightwing is kind of strategizing. He's he learned from Batman. He knows how to strategize.
He knows he watches and lets everyone else do the fighting, and then he slips in and says, "I won."
Yeah. Well, he says with Athens down and Cyborg disabled, they have this really cool plan where Roy distracts her. I like how first of all he yells her name, and it's like she kind of snaps out of it a little bit. You see her like say his name, and then Starfire takes advantage, whacks her in the head with the staff. Arsenal shoots all these different arrows at her, which she grabs and throws back at him. But one of the arrows is actually Shift, which I thought was really.
I was gonna say because it wraps around her.
Yeah, that's because it's Shift disguised as an arrow. I thought that was really cool.
Phosphorus.
Yep, he lights her up, and then Jade comes in there. This is almost like it reminds me of Infinity War when they all gang up on Thanos, and you think he's gonna be like caught and down for the count. And it's like, oh yeah, there's hope. And then she snaps. She like busts loose again.
Hey, so don't look so tired over there.
I worked.
I also
I'm happy for you. I think I might have a cookie on here somewhere for you.
I would do anything for a cookie. I'm starving.
Including beat up Cyborg. No, he'd do that for free.
So this is where we get Donna versus Cassie, and it's a knockdown, drag out. Yeah. They're kicking each other in the face.
Have you seen this boy?
You're my sister, bitch.
You're a human being, a mother.
This is what you are.
You were a mother, and then you weren't a mother, and then this happened.
We don't know exactly what you are anymore. It's very confusing.
We've retconned you.
All we know is you're thick.
She smacks her in the face.
Do not believe words, and you must see what damage you're doing. Your soul must be stripped of the lies of the Titans of myth.
That's right. Raven finally does something, and like goes into her mind and shows her all the brutality and the bloodshed and shocks her back to reality. And then Jade does something cool. She makes like this giant excavator.
Yeah, they couldn't have a Green Lantern, so they had to get Jade.
Well, Jade was on the Outsiders at the time. That's how she got wrapped up in all this.
Yes.
And then she tackles her, dives into the city, the Planet of the Apes.
And then we find out that this
city down T.
It's an old refactory or an old factory, an old refinery where they made Sun Eaters, which are these giant. It's what it sounds like. It's a giant machine that eats the sun. Shocking.
Yeah, it reminds her. Cash says you are made from a fraction of Wonder Woman's own soul, Donna. That is why you sense the truth.
Yep.
Yeah. Come on, Donna. You're almost there.
Yep.
Like Leon's waiting back in the tower for you. It's time to come home.
She does not go home.
Cassie, Corey. So do I. It's the Sun Eater Factory. Man,
oh my gosh. I am Alicia.
I can see. Oh, shit.
Actually, and if you want to know what Sun Eaters actually do, there was a story. There was a big event called Final Night, I think it was.
Let me guess. Can I get a guess?
Sure.
They wanted to eat the sun and destroy the universe.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what happened. I think Hal Jordan dies at the end of that one. I'm not sure, but yeah,
Hal Jordan never dies.
Well, he became the Spectre. He died and became the Spectre.
Yeah, and then we got that crappy story where Carol moved on, married some other guy.
Yeah.
He comes back.
Okay.
I came back from the death just to see you.
He was the Spectre. He was dead for a while. He was dead a lot longer than Donna Troy was. The Final Night was like in the mid-90s, maybe the late 90s.
Too. Did you know they race swapped her in that story too? Carol?
What are you talking about?
Carol.
I know.
You look at her. They like cropped her hair, curled it, and made her look like she was Puerto Rican.
White girls can have curly hair. My sister has curly hair.
Yeah, but they don't look like they're from a different nationality, though.
We're just talking about how they made everyone's skin orange in this one. I mean,
you get it's just
I don't see it as a huge deal.
all right.
And this is where Jade is concerned that Donna's not fully 100% back to normal yet. I think a little bit of this is her just not liking her because they both dated Kyle. So she's a little salty towards her for that.
Even though they aren't currently dating.
No, they are not currently dating. No.
So it says that. So I love how he says like says like a dude. Shift says like I'm worried about her. Or Dick says I'm worried about her. Shift. I've seen Tamron. I know the beauty that was destroyed there. I tried to tell her I understand, but as she told me, I could never know. This is why it's so hard being in love with her. She's consumed with emotion. Even when she wants to express it, she can't. In other words, she's a challenge, and Dick has accepted.
That's right. Dick doesn't.
Barbara's easy street. He doesn't want that crap. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He told her to go roll out.
Oh my God.
All right. And so we get to see a little moment here, and like he goes over to Roy. I hate Roy's buzz haircut. He looks too much like Bruce Willis.
Yeah, I didn't care for that. I don't care for that look too much with the soul patch too.
See, that's the other thing that really throws me off is soul patch.
I don't mind one, but both of them, no, it's too much. It's over. Pick one. You can have the buzzed hair, or you can have the soul patch. You can't have.
But
both.
I do love her little smile when she's crying stuff.
Yeah,
that's that emotion.
That's a good one. I like that.
So, how's she doing? Well, you broke a couple of her ribs and her body is strong, but she'll be fine.
She'll be better. Beast Boy's face at the bottom of this. Let's go home.
Beast Boy disturbs me too. He's got that Colbert look going.
Colbert?
Oh yeah, Stephen Colbert look.
Oh my gosh, kinda. I didn't see that before, but now I kind of can't unsee it. Oh.
I wish I could unsee it.
Wow.
That's horrible. If
that.
Stephen Colbert and the main kid from Cobra Kai had a baby.
Oh my God!
Listen, Robbie, please.
Oh no, I don't like this at all.
No.
So now we get they're building up to the final to the last issue. My favorite one because it basically turns into a giant Lord of the Rings scale battle.
We also get to hear for those who remind everybody that Cassie's 16, so nobody lusting after her.
That's right.
Why does she have a star in her belly button?
That teenagers have belly button rings.
Is that a belly button ring, or is it's like a giant star she puts over the cover?
It's a belly button ring. It's just like a really big, obnoxious one. But yeah, it's a belly button ring. You made me say that word like 3 times in 1 minute. That's really disturbing me.
You need to say it more.
No, I will not say it more.
Belly button ring.
Here's
I need to tell you something.
So
I swear that your death will be here. It's like the platoon.
I know, it's almost like a Return of the Jedi, except instead of at the end of the battle, it's at the beginning. With the pyre and everything, she's like swearing vengeance for her.
Roy's like, sister. And this is how you shoot this, and you fire a missile. This is my boomstick.
Yep. And then here are the gods. These are some pretty cool concepts though. Like Hyperion's got his space chariot pulled by these Pokemon horses, the Rapidashes. That is a Pokemon. That is legitimately a Pokemon. I'm surprised that Nintendo didn't sue for that. But yeah, here's Donna like rushing to meet this guy head on. Cronius looks like, Troia, you're back, and Donna's like, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Yeah. Get this nice little cover here with Wonder Woman on there.
Yep.
Finally.
Yep, Wonder Woman.
And they cover up Athens.
Yeah, Athens got the Mike Wazowski treatment.
We're done with you now. We got Donna Troy back.
You got Donna.
Bye.
They always show Beast Boy as like a bird. Like, dude, turn into a dinosaur or something. Be a little bit more impressive.
You know what it is? They probably ran out of room for him on the cover.
Maybe that on the cover, yeah, that makes sense. But then, like, you go to the next page and he's a bird again.
Well, it's easier for him to fly around as a bird.
Probably.
You know,
So,
he can't fly. I mean, it's kind of hard for him to move around and stuff. Like he's not a girl. Only the girls can fly, apparently.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember if Cyborg could fly at this point or not.
I said girls, not yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if Cyborg would have jetpacks, because apparently everybody has jetpacks now.
Yeah.
Rocket bullets are cooler.
I wish.
Rocket boots are pretty cool. So is that Starfire shot. But yeah, so this is it. This is the giant battle, the finale. The gods are coming into. I love what they do with the ocean, the water gods. They give them the mummy treatment with the waves.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really
so
cool.
we get to see Hyperion and his brother sister,
His
relationship with his wife.
Sister wife, yeah.
Yeah.
His sister wife.
And they're like, remember your place, little girl? And it's like, yeah, beg for forgiveness. It's like two Valley girls. That's what it looks like. But
And then I think at some point in this, Hyperion is like, he makes a pass at Donna, and then his sister wife is like, excuse you?
Yeah, you'll see this. Like, even Donna says something later when she's fighting, and she says she says to Coas or whatever it is, and she's like, I want a divorce when we're done here. You know.
We have Roy on one of these alien horses. That's kind of cool. Actually, I want that action figure.
I think it's supposed to be the alien Pegasus or something like that.
Maybe.
I'm not sure. Oh, it's one of the chariots, isn't it?
No, he's just on a horse. I don't think he's in a chariot.
It's a random horse. It's mine now.
It's a random alien horse. Yep. Cassie talks about how it feels like looking in a mirror because these are gods, which she has a little bit of god blood in her.
It's right here. I don't know if I have my prize. Your prize, brother or husband? She's a future Lois. Don't forget that. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, it's just huge action shots and battle shots. It's really, really cool.
It's like Ares going against like the Titans right down there.
Mm-hmm.
That's how huge he is.
Yep. There's a panel. Yeah. I think this is Ares, or it's one of the gods. He's like, I remember. He's talking to Beast Boy, who's an elephant now. He's like, I remember you. You're the clown hero. Make me laugh. And then he attacks him. I was like, oh, that's kind
of.
And
Cyborg's like, get away from boy.
That's right. Because in case you forgot, Cyborg and Beast Boy are BFFs.
The only thing that was missing from this was a booyah.
Yeah, they didn't give him booyah in this one. I'm kind of glad they didn't, though. I think that would take away.
So then he turns into a dinosaur, random one.
I love that. He turns into the Spinosaurus. He's like, you're not laughing now, are you? I like that. That was cool.
Yeah. And then,
and then they all start calling Cassie their grandniece.
Yeah, she's like, ew.
She's like, my family tree is so messed up. And Bart's here, and he's yelling at the ocean guy. He's like, why'd you have to? Bart, again, seeing all the death and destruction, he's like, why'd you have to kill them all? So he's doing a lot of maturity.
We get this summer calendar spread from Starfire to out of the water.
Yep, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. Roy going radio. Roy's like about to fall off a cliff, it looks like.
Yeah, and then we get to see this right here.
Yeah.
We heard about the multiverse.
God, dog it. This reminded me of the multiverse. Oh. This was back when the multiverse wasn't overused, to be fair. Look at Hyperion being all like creepy, like rubbing up on her shoulders. Like, dude, personal boundaries. But she's talking about like all the different lives she had on Earth 2, on Earth 6, on Earth 7, so on, so on, so on. Look, there's her marrying Terry Long again.
But we also have to remember that she keeps referring to them as her parents.
Yes. Yeah.
Well beyond their level. So they're kind of like siblings because she's kind of related to Zeus. And thus, that makes Cassie... That's why I was so perplexed there a moment. I was digging into the family tree. And don't do that. Don't do that. The roots are too messed up.
It's so twisted.
It's wrong.
Yeah.
So she basically confronts like, when did you know it was me? It's like, he's like, you ever told me love me? He's like, if I ever loved you, sweet Troy, I've always loved you. And the sacrifice were necessary and needed faith. So basically, he's like, even though he thinks he's like the good guy, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
We called your soul and responded and reborn as another layer of your many lives revealed.
Yep. Fate's delivered me a new mate. Yeah, it's like, dude, okay, so I mean, it's super creepy. So what Donna does, she opens up this thing called the controller's Stargate, and they tell her open the Stargate, and so Donna's like, okay, sure, your future awaits.
I kept thinking, never open a Stargate. That's when all the aliens attack.
That's what Richard Dean Anderson taught me. And it sounds like the gods are going to get their way. It's like, we have a whole other reality all to ourselves. And then, like, as they're going through, they're like, wait.
Hold on. We betrayed. Oh, shit.
It's
the Tartarus. Oh. The place where they go.
Yep.
They fear because of all the vilest deities are punished there.
Yeah. Donna Troy said, go to hell.
She's like, the bottom part, she's like,
yep, gotcha.
No, my brothers and sisters and my concubines and wives and lovers.
Sister wives and all that, yeah.
Yeah.
We home Alabama.
Roy shows up here because Hyperion's about to attack her. Roy's like, I don't care if you're a god. I'm going to blow you up, bitch.
And you're a creature with sticks and string. He burns them. Basically burns his arrows behind him.
Yeah. We find out he's got a Kevlar vest that's now evaporated, but it bought him some time.
Which is kind of stupid, but okay.
Yeah, it's fire.
Comic book logic.
Yeah.
Donna saves her. True.
But...
Hold me. Okay, baby.
Class, tiny dance.
But then, Koyas decided to, like, you know what? Yeah, what, Donna? I do love you, Donna, and I will sacrifice myself. Geronimo. And they fly out of there.
Geronimo, not Geronimo.
He's a Geronimo. Okay, leave him alone.
That's racist. He was raised by the Navajo. He actually was. Before he became Ollie's sidekick.
Hyperion?
Nice.
Oh,
no. Roy. So we see Donna lay a smooch on Roy, which this is the first time that when I saw this, I was like, oh, maybe they did have a light fling or something.
What's wrong with you bastards? How can you joke like a time like this?
Yeah. Again, Bart not being his fun, energetic self. He's like really torn up by all the like death, destruction.
Man, you're really a buzzkill, Flash. Come on.
So then
Beast Boy's just trying to do his Jar Jar Binks talk.
They say that. Yeah. We'll never speak of that again. That atrocity.
I really hate, like, in all renditions that I see them adapt Beast Boy, the extra, like, horny Beast Boy in the comics does not work for me at all.
I don't mind it too much because he is a Hollywood actor. That's the other thing too. That was like his day job.
Yeah.
Still.
All right, kids. I gotta end this real soon. So we gotta keep going.
Her and Wonder Woman reunited.
Yeah, Donna says, or she says like somehow this is probably the best moment. And this is why I threw that up on the thumbnail.
Yeah,
is them two like being reunited. They're just and they're basically sisters, even though Donna is clearly younger.
Yeah, right.
And then here, there's just a harbinger recorded the multiverse history for the Monitor. Dark Angel was to do the same for the Anti-Monitor. Uniquely connected to 1,000 universes, I was now able to keep the keeper of the mysteries and the knowledge. And now, so let's look in here. Everything's wrong. It's all wrong. To be continued in Pages of Infinite Crisis.
Yep.
And that, my friends, is how it all ends.
Yeah, but so she basically comes back and she lives in the place that she's been living for all this time.
Yeah.
That she was away. Like,
yeah.
Oh, it's to protect, but no, it's my home. All of your friends are gone. Your messed up family. They were still your family. They're gone too. You are staying there alone for what?
I think she does. She does end up coming back to Earth eventually.
Get away. I mean, she's going to have to come for Infinite Crisis.
Infinite Crisis, yeah. Oh yeah, no, in Infinite Crisis she does.
I don't think I've read that Crisis.
That's a good one. I think besides Crisis on Infinite Earth, it's probably the best Crisis.
So hyped, it's such a letdown, says Jay Lucian. Apparently didn't care for this series.
Yeah, really? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Jay. I liked it.
I assume that's what he's talking about. He said that about 40 minutes ago.
Oh, like at the beginning?
I was hoping you guys would be looking at comments while I was doing this because I can't see.
I looked at some of them, but I don't remember the comments from 40 minutes ago.
I had the thing on full screen so I could see the pictures.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So I didn't see the comments.
Anyway.
I see a few. Marania says Beast Boy looks more like Reggie from Archie.
Yeah.
Crossed with the Joker.
I just want to say that I think that the book is fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. But it's just a setup for Infinite Crisis, which I haven't read, so I don't know how exactly I feel about that.
Yeah, I get that. I liked it a lot more. This is one of the first stories I read when I first got into Teen Titans, so I didn't recognize like the deep relationships between like Cassie and Donna or Roy and Donna. Mm-hmm. Now that I'm more knowledgeable and I know more, I appreciate it a bit more. But ultimately, I think you're right. They brought Donna back, which made a lot of fans happy. But instead of
Infinite Crisis, Supergirl becomes a paragon of hope, and Lex Luthor gets a hold of the book, and he gets rid of the Kingdom Come Superman to take his spot on the team on the Paragons. You know what happens.
That's Crisis on Infinite Earth.
Crisis on Infinite Earth.
Not even the real Crisis on Infinite Earth. That's the CW Crisis on Infinite Earth. Which was still a fun event. It was really fun. It's just such a shame. It's dead now. The Arrowverse is dead, and it's for the better.
Probably for the best. It's outlived.
Well, unless they decide to, we're going to bring some Arrow characters into Superman and Lois.
I want
to go Green Lantern.
Eat hot death.
No, it was talked about. It was an interview. Apparently, it's according to some articles. They're saying that Eric Wallace wanted to bring some of the Arrowverse characters over to Superman and Lois.
Yeah. I'm sure Eric Wallace wanted to appear on the more successful show.
As we covered it last night on the channel, the best thing about that is that the showrunner for Superman and Lois said, "Sure, they come over, but guess what? We're going to rewrite them." They will not. They'll be our creations. They will not be your crappy Arrowverse connections. But anyway, I enjoyed this. It was actually pretty cool. First read. Wasn't really a big Titans fan. Teen Titans cartoon, I did appreciate that. I'm not sure how much that close it was to the comic.
You mean Teen Titans Go?
No. Before Teen Titans
Go. I know.
I was about to say.
I know.
Big difference.
And we don't call it. We call it Teen Titans Stop. Dear God, stop.
No, when Jeff Johns started Teen Titans, I think most of their roster was put on there so that if you were a fan of the cartoon, you did have most of the same characters. They threw in, like I said, they had Bart, they had Cassie, but yeah. But his run is my favorite.
Yeah,
of the Teen Titans. I know Wolfman Perez is like the GOAT, but yeah.
Phil Jimenez is the first time I read a story by him.
Really?
Remember. Yeah. I think he wrote Superman, didn't he? Well, not sure. But anyway, that's it for this retrospective. Evil Black Cat couldn't be here tonight. He wasn't feeling too good. He was feeling like current Marvel. His exact words. I feel like current Marvel.
That's why I'm smiling so much. There's no Evil Black Cat here.
That he feels like death.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm a dog guy. What do you want from me?
You are a dog.
Yep.
Anyway. If you haven't already done so, please like this. Leave a comment down below. What do you thought of this series? Did you read it? Did you hate it? Did you like it? Or this I was like, it's a story. It's there. If you want to help the channel,
tell us if you want us to overturn the puppets and also seize control of the channel.
Do you like Donna? Do you like Cassie? Do you like Yara Floor?
Do you like me?
Or do you want that new Trinity character that Tom King is writing?
I
that
will
I
not.
don't think anyone else does.
I will not, shall not eat this with green ham. Anyway,
I don't know.
I
gotta say, Venkman did seem pretty interested in Trinity.
Really?
The only thing for Trinity,
Yeah,
I
the
never
new
read
Wonder
it.
Woman. The new Wonder Woman.
Oh, that.
Sidekick.
The only thing I'll say quick about that is the fact that it's a future version.
Yeah.
It's like Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond, they don't obviously all the Robins have moved on, so that's why Terry's able to come into this. There was no Damien at the time.
Yeah.
We don't know what Cassie's doing. Maybe Cassie's living a normal life. Maybe she's married.
I actually, if you're gonna have a future Trinity where it's John and Damien, and then this Trinity, I do think Trinity is a better fit than Cassie, because Cassie's older, considerably older than John and Damien. Yeah. You know, Cassie is part of the Tim and Connor Trinity. So yeah,
Yara Flora though,
I get that.
She got kind of yeeted out. Maybe Yara Flora is she's running the Amazon planet, or the Amazon the Mascara.
Maybe.
I only read her Future State book, but
it's a good Future State
pretty good book.
It was one of the better Future States.
And
Joel Jones,
like when you heard Joel Jones talk about making Yara, I was genuinely interested, genuinely excited. It's a shame that it fell apart.
Yeah. So what she wanted to do, they decided to change. That's what DC does. They anything that's made out of good faith is abused. But let me get back to this. We can end this. I just want to let you guys know, if you do the Ko-Fi link down there, ko-fi.com/Puppetine, the money goes to paying for the StreamYard as far as the DC and the reading and the Marvel reading apps. Pays for our StreamYard, and also the great thing about it is that even if you just donate $1, you get to help us choose the next story we do. Either was a reading or a retrospective.
Yeah, if you leave it in the Ko-Fi, there's a comment section. If you donate anything and you want us to read a specific book, hey, we may even reread. Yeah. We're getting to that point.
Yeah, or a retrospective. Maybe you want to come on. Yeah,
well, you don't have to pay to come on. You have to pay for your book. Pick your book, unless you're Ronald Rugg, because he paid like $40. So
like I said,
Ronald
Rugg donated to the Glinzer. Trying to remember who the third person was. There was another. Was it Ethereal Dragon? Can't remember.
I think so.
Yeah. Let us know. Yeah. But we are going to be coming back in a few more minutes.
Those darn puppets.
We have another book we're going to be doing for tonight's reading, our first reading.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Here comes the Thor and Crystal.
And the power of him. And for those who don't know, the person that's inside this, coming out of this cocoon, he was in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Here's your hints.
There you go.
Cosmo.
He's a good dog.
What a bitch!
Surprise!
Surprise, bitch!
It's me.
And then following that at 8:30 p.m. Central and 9:30 p.m. Eastern, it's Spidey versus the Hulk. Peter Parker goes to Canada for money.
Yay!
Why? The Canadian dollar is so much weaker than the American dollar.
He's getting paid in advance. Sorry, let me take this off so you can see. He's being paid in advance to go to Canada so he can get photos of the Hulk. What a little shady little guy, but yeah.
All right, Spider-Man.
All right, guys. We'll see you in a few.
Woohoo!
Bye.